Chapter 47, First Year Residence. In her 6 months working in the emergency room, the young doctor has seen enough strange things to fill her own medical school textbook. But this is the first time someone has crash landed a helicopter in the hospital parking lot. She races out with a team of nurses, orderlies, and other doctors. It's a small private craft, four-seater maybe. It's in one piece and its blades are still spinning. It missed hitting a parked car by half a yard. Someone's losing their flying license. Two kids get out, carrying an older man in a bad shape. There's already a gurney rolling out to meet them. We have a rooftop helipad, you know. He didn't think he'd be able to land on it, says the girl. When the doctor looks at the pilot still sitting behind the controls, she realizes that losing his license is not an issue. The kid at the controls can't be any older than 17. She hurries to the old man. A stethoscope brings barely a sound from his chest cavity. Turning to the medical staff around her, she says, "Stabilize him and prep him for transplant." Then she turns back to the kids. "You're lucky you landed at a hospital with a heart bank, or we'd end up having to medvac him across town." Then the man's hand rises from the gurney. He grabs her sleeve, tugging with more strength than a man in his condition should have. "No transplant," he says. "No, don't do this to me, honey," thinks the doctor. The orderlies hesitate. "Sir, it's a routine operation." "He doesn't want a transplant," says the boy. "You brought him in from God knows where with an underage pilot to save his life, and he won't let us do it? We have an entire tissue locker full of healthy young hearts." "No transplant," says the man. "It's, against his religion," says the girl. "Tell you what," says the boy. "Why don't you do whatever they did before you had a tissue locker full of healthy young hearts?" The doctor sighs. At least she's still close enough to medical school to remember what that is. It drastically lowers his chances of survival. You know that, don't you? He knows. She gives the man a moment more to change his mind, then gives up. The orderlies and other staff rush the man back toward the ER, and the two kids follow. Once they're gone, she takes a moment to catch her breath. Someone grabs her arm, and she turns to see the young pilot who had been silent through all of it. The look on his face is pleading, yet determined. She thinks she knows what it's about. She glances at the helicopter, then at the kid. "Take it up with the FAA," she says. "If he lives, I'm sure you'll be off the hook. They might even call you a hero." "I need you to call the juvie cops," he says, his grip getting a little stronger. "Excuse me?" "Those two are runaway unwinds. As soon as the old man is admitted, they'll try to sneak away. Don't let them. Call the juvie cops now." She pulls out of his grip. "All right, fine, I'll see what I can do." "And when they come," he says, "make sure they talk to me first." She turns from him and heads back into the hospital, pulling out her cell phone on the way. If he wants the juvie cops, fine, he'll get them. The sooner they come, the sooner this whole thing can fall into the category of "not my problem."